Okay, what I'd like to look at now are various heights of tide and levels that you're going to get at sea. The first one we're going to look at is what's known as chart datum. Now, chart datum, when you're looking at your chart, the depths that you see on the chart are the depths at chart datum. Okay, so that's what is known as chart datum. The charted depth is the vertical distance from the chart datum downwards to the seabed. So in this particular diagram here, that distance there is going to be the charted depth. It's the vertical distance down from chart datum to the seabed. The drying height is the vertical distance from chart datum upwards on any piece of land that actually at chart datum appears above the sea level. And this would be indicated, I'll just put it at this side here, if say that was 3.3 metres, you would have the number written, 3.3, with a line underneath. When it has a line underneath, it indicates that it's a drying height. So when we're at chart datum, this rock will be visible at 3.3 metres. Obviously, as the tide increases, the rock will disappear, but it will dry at that height. So that's the drying height. Okay, perhaps let's just talk about the range. The range is the difference in metres between one high water and the next low water, and we get those in our chart tables. So for example, at 0751 we had 8.1 metres, 1446 we had 2 metres. So the range is 6.1 metres, which is the difference between the two tides. So that's known as the range. Okay. Now, again, on our drawing, we have, we're going to indicate what's known as mean high water springs and mean low water springs. So, mean high water springs is really the high tide. Okay, the high tide. So that would be mean high water springs. Okay. Now, from mean high water springs, vertically upwards to the focal plane of a light, that will be the charted height of that lighthouse. So the charted height is the distance from mean high water springs vertically upwards. Okay. So that's mean high water springs, and that indicates our high tide. It's a high tide that's higher than others. And then we have mean low water springs, and they're low water spring tides, and they're actually lower than others. So let's put in mean low water springs. So that would be mean low water springs. So we've got high tide, low tide. Then we've what's called the neap tides. And that would be mean high water neap and mean low water neap. So you can see that the low water neap is higher than the low water springs, but the high water neap is lower than the high water springs. So we have mean high water springs, mean high water neaps, mean low water neaps, mean low water springs. From the sea level, vertically downwards to the seabed, that there is the depth of water. So from the sea level to the seabed is the depth of water. From the chart datum to the sea level, chart datum up to the sea level, that will indicate the height of tide. So that's the height of tide that you're experiencing up to that sea level. Okay. The spring range is from mean high water springs to mean low water springs. So our spring range will go from high water springs to low water springs. Our neap range will go from high water neaps to low water neaps. So the spring range, it's the range of the tide at the time of spring tides occurring every 2 weeks. Spring, okay, mean high water springs, mean low water springs. The neap range is the range of tide at the time of neap tides, again occurring approximately every 2 weeks. The mean neap range is the difference between mean high water neaps and mean low water neaps. And the mean spring range is the difference between mean high water springs and mean low water springs. So there we've just looked at the various information that we can pick off regarding to heights of tide or height of the water. Chart datum, that's the depth indicated on the chart, and the charted depth is from chart datum to the seabed. The height of tide is from chart datum to the sea level. The depth of water is the sea level down to the seabed. So the depth of water is the height of tide plus chart datum is your depth of water. Any charted objects, the height of them are measured from mean high water springs. So charted heights are always from mean high water springs, and in this instance it goes from mean high water springs up to the focal plane of the light. So we've got high water springs, low water springs, high water neaps, low water neaps, and they are the various bits of information that we have with regard to depths, and not forgetting of course the drying height, which is the height an object will be above the chart datum level. So when we're at chart datum, that's the height it will be, and it's indicated with the line underneath. But of course once you get the tide, then it becomes submerged. Okay, so that's how we indicate various depths for you.